Good morning from Krabi, Thailand. I have spent the last 2.5 weeks here, and this is my last full day in Thailand. I cannot believe it. But I've been staying in Krabi, and I have been having so much fun checking out the area and also using a newfound skill to check out the surrounding areas in the region. I learned how to ride a motorbike. Now I know a lot of people are thinking, oh, riding a motorbike it's not that difficult. Yeah, I know, it's actually not, but like whenever you learn any new skill, it can be a little daunting and can be a little terrifying at the same time. So here in Thailand and a lot of places in Southeast Asia, you can rent a motorbike from companies, from hotels and hostels, from cafes, and I stayed at a lot of places where I could have rented a motorbike in different cities, but I didn't know how to ride it, I didn't know how to work it, and a lot of these places will rent you the bike and then show you how to ride it for like 5 minutes. And just knowing myself, I would not have done really well with that. And so when I got to Krabi, that was one of my big reasons for coming out here, is I found a company that I could pay to give me like a 4-hour lesson and then give me a sweet discount on a rental. So that's what I did. You know that feeling when you learn something new and it feels like you've been doing it your whole life, like it just came so naturally to you? That's how I felt on a motorbike. So I spent the last 2 weeks zooming around the countryside. In addition to discovering a bunch of cool spots in Krabi town, I went chasing waterfalls. There haven't been nearly enough waterfalls in my life since I've come to Thailand, so I decided to fix that. One of the huge benefits of being able to ride a scooter and take myself wherever I want to go is to be able to come up here to a national park in the mountain, well, it's not in the mountains, in the jungles of southern Thailand. It's magical. And there's like no one here. Found the lower falls. Beautiful, small, but I can see the upper falls and they look stunning, simply stunning. So I think one of the biggest differences between national parks in the US and in Thailand is that national parks in the US tend to be a little bit more ADA friendly. Thailand, no, they don't care. You gotta climb over stuff if you want to see the good stuff. Like I'm just scrambling over some rocks across the stream to get to the big waterfall now. So there are multiple parts of this waterfall. I've come up to the third one and I think I'm good because I am sweating profusely
all of my sunscreen and bug spray is sweating off, so there's just a couple taking some pictures. When they're done, I'll show you guys the waterfall. This is amazing! And aside from that couple, I'm alone. You probably can't hear me because waterfall, but I'm gonna sit here and enjoy the shade as the sun keeps rising. Maybe dip my feet for a little bit and then head back for lunch. What a great morning.
I found some awesome hot springs. And I used my newfound freedom and flexibility to check out some awesome temples in the area without having to worry about getting on a tour. So this morning I had plans to do something, and then they all kind of got thrown out the window because my house sit in Singapore wants me a week earlier, so I had to rearrange a whole bunch of stuff. And now I'm gonna go check out this awesome looking wat that's behind me. These steps are not normal steps. They are narrower and taller. Ugh. Like, if you miss a step, you're going down. So one of the beauties of this design for this wat and it being at the top of a mountain is there's a bunch of steps in between the stairs. Now steps, S-T-E-P-P-E-S, they're also like plateaus. I like to think it's so people like me can rest, but in all actuality it's so they can put more like statues and more icons. So either way, it's awesome. If you can see the little lizard guy on the dragon. His big brother. There's more. Whoa. I don't know if that's meant to be symbolic or someone just got a little careless with the red paint. Made it to the top. Just me and the big guys. It was worth it, especially for this view. Another huge benefit of staying in Krabi is having access to some of these amazing beaches in the area.
Some fresh mango. Just want to go find a shady spot and have a little afternoon snack. Nothing hits like fresh fruit on the beach. Maybe that's the Californian in me. I hope I never lose it. My little utensil. Very common. This is basically like a whole mango cut up and scalloped. After a short boat ride, we're here. Would have gotten some better pictures coming up, but there were a bunch of bros in trucker hats that were at the front of the boat. But I'm here.
The best sunset I watched was from the famous Railay Beach. The beach is only accessible by boat.
Okay, paid 100 baht, which is like $3. Waited a couple seconds for the rest of the group to show up. Now, getting on a boat. Everybody's getting ready to watch the sunset. Everybody's marking their spots. As I'm sitting here watching the sunset at Railay Beach, or Railay Beach, can't remember how to pronounce it, it's not lost on me how special this is and how fortunate I am to be able to do this and to call this my life right now. I just feel so at peace right now, and I'm super grateful to be here. The water is reflecting the last lights of the sun. The mountains behind me were glowing earlier, they're not anymore. And it's just peaceful. Everybody's out taking their pictures and just enjoying the moment. I thought this place was gonna be overrated. Usually a lot of like the more popular, like hyped up places have the tendency to be overhyped up. This one, yeah, it's busy, but it's pretty special. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. Whew.
I didn't do everything on my own. I actually went on a couple island hopping tours because I don't have a boat. One of the tours was the Hong Island tour. It was highly recommended, and let me show you why. Obviously, it wasn't the best weather. It did rain for quite a bit of it, but you know, that was fine. My GoPros decided not to work too, so that made it extra challenging. But on the island, there is a little nature walk that you can do, and I decided to do that when it was raining. It was perfect because a lot of the trail was sheltered by the limestone and by the trees. After the rain sort of cleared and against my better judgment, I decided to climb hundreds of steps to the top of the mountain. There's this viewpoint where you can get 360-degree view of the entire island and the surrounding islands. I hated every minute of it. It was rough. Because it had rained, it was very muggy. There wasn't a lot of wind up until I got to the top, which helped quite a bit. You could see all the storm cells kind of coming in, but I have to say that I struggled on the way down. Thailand stairs are no joke. They're not standard steps. A lot of them are more narrow and a lot taller, so it makes, you know, using a Stairmaster seem like a walk in the park. I struggled to walk after I got done with this hike, not gonna lie. The rain finally let up when we got to the last beach on the island, but the water was pretty gross, obviously from the sea churning up all the sand and all the debris. I just dipped in once and then just enjoyed the beautiful beach. So my favorite tour that I went on, it was promoted as an early bird island hopping tour starting in Koh Phi Phi, and then there's 4 other islands. I loved this tour. It was a little bit expensive, but totally worth it. I had to be at the pier by 6:30 a.m. to meet the group, which meant I had to leave my hostel before 6 a.m., which meant I rode my motorbike for the first time in the dark. It was definitely an interesting ride. Some highlights included the early bird, almost sunrise, breakfast on Pota Island. swimming in the Railay Bay Lagoon.
Okay. Next time. Just casually swimming in a lagoon in Thailand. Whatever. Well, that was fun. I think we're gonna go check out Monkey Island, but I don't think we're going to stay there because our guide was saying that the Krabi or the PP hospital reports on average 10 monkey bites per month. And since rabies is still kind of a big deal out here, we're just gonna steer clear of the monkeys, or at least I am. Quick snack break.
Lunch and snorkeling on Bamboo Island.
All right, we rocked up to Bamboo Island. We're gonna be here for about 2 hours, have lunch that they provided, relax, can snorkel and swim again. It's beautiful. There's quite a few boats here, but surprisingly, it doesn't feel like super crowded. We have quite a ways to work with, so probably explore a little bit. Sun protection is a must, and just enjoy. I can see Krabi on the other side of the water. It's movie-worthy location. I love it. I mean, it's almost perfect. I don't know why I decided to go for a snorkel without my GoPro. Granted, it is on its last battery and I kind of wanted to save it for the ride home. But of course, this is the dive that I see a pufferfish, a giant parrotfish, and like a foot-long black-tip reef shark. Like followed him, and like everybody that was swimming by that had a snorkel on, I was like, oh my gosh, you guys, like shark, like look, and everybody's like, eh. I'm like, all right, whatever, he's mine. So I followed him about halfway down the beach. My hand just like swimming along. I was not scared at all, which was nice, but it was funny because this area is like buoyed off, and then there's like a second buoyed area just behind it where they said it's better snorkeling, but you have to wear a life jacket. I'm like, I don't want to wear a life jacket. So oh, actually the shark was like really, really close to shore. Like he was swimming in like less than a foot. Like I was almost like scraping the bottom as I'm like, you know, snorkeling with him. But what a fun day.
And then snorkeling again in Lo Sama Bay. And of course we checked out the famous Maya Bay from the Leonardo DiCaprio movie, The Beach.
beautiful. I enjoyed it. It's kind of funny. There's a bunch of people speaking different languages, but you can always pick out, you know, the beach. And it makes me wonder how many people have actually read the book, seen the movie, or have just seen a picture of the beach used in the movie. And so, it's great. There's not a lot of sunlight on the beach right now, which is kind of nice. Most of the tours show up in the next hour or so. But yeah, I'm gonna have a wander around and meet back up with the group. Head off to our next spot. And for the record, I've read the book and I've also seen the movie. Didn't really care for either, but if you're gonna come to Southeast Thailand or South Thailand, you gotta. It's pretty fun watching everybody rocking the poses. You can tell who came for the pictures. I love it.
Oh gosh, how do I sum up my time in Krabi? The only way I can think of is to say that I needed this. I loved staying in one place in a neighborhood where the kids still fly kites. Okay, so what's next? So my motorbike is getting picked up in a few hours from the company. I need to pack. I need to get ready for my house sitting gigs that are starting pretty quick. Initially, I was supposed to be going to Kuala Lumpur from Krabi. I was going to take a bus down to Kuala Lumpur for a few days and then another bus to Singapore. My first pet sitting gig actually needs me a week earlier. So I canceled everything and then I booked a flight. So I actually fly into Singapore on Friday. Friday. Tomorrow. What's today? I don't even know what day it is. Tomorrow. I fly into Singapore tomorrow and then I'll be there through the end of the month. I am going to do my best to create weekly videos. I need to get on a better schedule for doing this, and I'm putting it out there so I will have some social accountability. Okay, I think that's it. Time to go get ready for the next adventure. I'll see you later.